Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and I'm doing a combination. This is for the hop called Mad About Mini Paper Pads or Mini Paper Madness. And I'm combining it with the day 5 prompt in Scraptember, which was to use 6x6 pads. So I used, a couple days ago, I used an Authentique 12 by 12 paper, and it made me recall that I had some 6x6 Authentique pads, including this one, which is from a collection called Carefree, and it had kind of an outdoorsy feel. There are these flies and butterflies, and it's kind of, you're probably thinking this is kind of an unusual collection for me to use and to like, and you're right, this is possibly not my style, but I'm going to try to make it work. I picked the pad out long before I had any photos in mind, and today, just this morning, I took a couple photos when I took Reese to the park, and so these are those photos. I used a filter that added some red in when it did its kind of modifications there. They were fairly dull, uninteresting looking photos before that, and this makes them interesting. The purplish color kind of doesn't go with what I've got going on here, but it should make the photos stand out more. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we will go from there. The sketch I'm using, I can't show you. It's one of the amazing premium sketches, the September premium sketches at scrapasketch.com. And I'm going to modify it a little bit. There's a section over here that has some scallop stuff. I'm going to do torn paper. I've got this one sheet of paper that I used both sides of. I'm going to put it like so and this, but I'm not going to put it on there yet until I get this done. For this part, I'm going to tear. I'm going to go with, well, let's see how many I end up doing. I'm just going to kind of go through the pad. Let's just go through front to back. This is the first pattern, so I'm going to tear it. And then I'm going to kind of alternate between that and, gosh, that's a good pattern over on the other side. I'm going to do this side, but I don't really want to have to get my trimmer out for anything. So I'm going to do this one next. So let's say, and I'm going to stack them. This could be good, but let's do a pattern that has some red, but that's a different style of pattern than the top red one. So I'm going to go with this plaid. And so we'll kind of stack that. So now this wood grain and this kind of dotty red might be good. I'll do as many different patterns as I find that I like, and there's still plenty more of that to look. I fussy cut some of these flowers from a sheet of that. I love the kind of distressed mixed media look of these. We're starting over now. I'm going to go ahead and use this one because it's got mostly the kind of the beige-ish background. And I'll put that one under there, and I think one more, and this one would be ideal. I'm not going to use the Italian tablecloth one. But this one I thought looked kind of cool. Okay, so quite a few pages, but there's still a lot of usable stuff there. And so I'm going to put that aside. And I'm going to start lining these up. I don't think it has to go all the way down to... I'm going to do this, and it's going to run all the way to the end of the page, which is why I wanted to measure that. I'm going to curl that up. There's not going to be anything sitting on it. Okay, so what's next? I'm totally turned around. I think... Oh, I had them arranged so nicely. I think that one was at the top. This one was next. This one was next. And then this one, and this one, and then this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. And I'm just gonna line that up, and it's gonna go however high it wants to go, and I'm going to let it be there. I'm not going to measure to make it to any preconceived size. I absolutely fell in love with this sketch because I had lots of ideas for different ways it could be done, and I realized again that that's the beauty of all of Lisa's sketches. They're so versatile. And I'm not measuring to be sure that there's an equal amount showing, or that I'm not going for uniformity here. I'm kind of going for visual interest and texture. And I happen to really like that plaid, so I'm probably subconsciously, semi-intentionally letting a lot of that show. Okay, this will be our last one, and I think that proportion is going to work out just fine for the photo cluster over there. Okay, now make sure I have that placed properly. Let's see what we're going to do here. This one is going to kind of come down, and it's going to, I've got foam here so it can overlap that, and then this one will be at a slight angle, but I think I'm going to move this up. Is that really what I want to do? I could let this be open, and there's I can put a cluster up there. So let me let this one kind of be down, and this one up, because I want one to show above the top photo and the other to show below the bottom photo. But let me I think I prefer this one to be on top. I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna try fitting these. I think that'll go there, and I can put my title here. Maybe even overlapping onto that area. I kind of like that, actually. Let's see. Let me get these. Okay, I've got that put together. Now I just have to glue it down. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm going to bring it down a little bit below because I just think it looks better that way. And I don't care. One of these is, these are really bad photos, of course, taken with a dog that is very resistant to a leash. And when I sat down on the bench for a little rest, she hopped up on the bench with me, and I took a close-up. So this kind of shows the park. I tried to edit the cars out, but if I'd edited it out completely, it wouldn't have shown the kind of mound. It was kind of a pretty scene. I'm going to use this floral cluster down here. And I don't think I need to put any foam on it because these curls on here will kind of prop it up. So I'm going to put a little liquid glue and tuck it under. I might bring it down so that it kind of hides that corner. I somehow like that idea. This one, I thought I would tuck under this lower thing, and I am going to put a little foam on it. Not much, but I do want the flowers to kind of have some dimension. The ones that are out. This is shaping up to be a cute page. I am happy that I decided to go with this. Then this is a little group of butterflies that are in the pattern paper. They're all kind of connected. So I fussy cut them out, and it left just the cutest look. And I think I'm going to do it this way. There, because that gives some vertical interest there. And I have this for this corner up here, and I'm going to tear the bottom just to kind of in keeping with the torn paper there. I'm going to tear this, and this was the butterfly paper, just the reverse side of it, and then I can kind of curl that up. And this one I think I should also be able to tear. I have a little bit of foam on the back of it, so I'm going to put it, the foam is kind of showing, and I don't like that, so I'm going to lift it and cut a bit off of it or put it down in a different place. Let's try that. Let's try down in a different place. This is more time than I thought I would spend putting the foam behind a small piece like that. Okay, so now I'm going to put that right here. And I have a little tiny butterfly. I have it on some foam. I just cut that off the butterfly paper, and I thought I'd do it here to bring that butterfly image up, as the one had kind of flown off from the crew there. I have this little word that says curious, and I can either put it there or here where the you can kind of see that she's stretching the leash about as far as it'll go, and she was pulling me, which is, you know, I think I've told you that she hates the leash. I've got a couple of my overlapping hearts, and I thought I'd hang them off the end of this corner. These chipboard elements that I'm using are not from that 6x6 collection at all. They are an outdoorsy, I forget what the outdoorsy collection name is, in from 49 and Market. I like this little thing that says quality time, and it can go right there with a little bit of foam behind it. I really, really, really love this For the Love of Mini Paper Pads hop, because it has provided me not only just for the hop layouts, but in general, it's got me looking to my 6x6 pads or my other, you know, my 6x8s, and I even have some 4x4s. So just those smaller pads that so often get overlooked. And a lot of times in a layout, I need a small embellishment, a small image of some sort, and I have problems finding them among my, you know, ephemera or stickers. But if you just go to your 6x6 pads, there are always, you know, images that you can fussy cut, and the scale is down to, you know, small scale, something that you, if you need small scale, that it's there. I'm going to see if I can fit Adventure onto here. This is a little, it's pressed wood, looks like wood veneer, but it's pressed chipboard, and I won it as a prize years ago and hadn't used it, so I think that will work there. And then I'll put a little glue here. I hope that's visible to you. I think it is. Let me get this on here with a tweezer. Let me get that E is going to go under the butterfly, which is fine. Let me move the butterfly just a tad. need to get those two things hooked together, and then push the whole word down so that this isn't too far up above the top of the page protector. More importantly, so it's not above the border when I photograph the page. Okay, so now we need to put the title on. Let me cover this up with some stuff, and I'm going to add some black splatters. And I'll do. That's not my best splattering. I think I am not getting the shape I want the splatters because there's less ink in my, I'm picking up less ink. Okay, so now let's do this. Okay, and I'm going to try to have it okay. I like that. It's a different color gray from the one that's in the collection, this gray right here, but I think that just makes it stand out, kind of like the photos. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're inspired by this process video and all of the ones in the playlist, or all of the ones in the links in my description box, because there's bound to be something that is perfect for a layout that you have been wanting to do. So thank you for watching. Bye.